Packers are at the Broncos. Packers 9-3-1. Broncos 11-2. Broncos 10-game winning streak. I don't know how we would research this, but we have a weekend in which there are two teams with 10-game winning streaks who are home underdogs.
Yeah.
The Broncos are 2.5-point home underdogs, despite 10 wins in a row, to the Green Bay Packers, over under a 42.5. Denver clinches a playoff berth with a win, and I am 11-2 picking the winner of Denver games. Chris, do you like the Packers? Do you like the Broncos?
Well, first off, I'm not as shocked by this one, right? To me, the Bills being favored in New England, with all the questions we've seen with the Bills and their defense can't stop anybody and they can't have a receiver catch a ball or ever get open, that to me is shocking. This one I can get. I mean, yes, it's Denver, but we know Denver has squeaked by the skin of their teeth pretty much the whole year. And it's a Green Bay team that we all know is super talented on both sides of the ball. And the last few weeks, you started going, damn, they're looking like the Super Bowl team we thought they were. So I can wrap my head around this with some logic there. This is another one. I mean, I find it really interesting, right? Like a little bit of the correlation what I use with the Cleveland Browns versus the Chicago Bears, the defensive craziness by Cleveland, and of course the offensive craziness by the Bears and what they do in that collision. I see kind of the same thing here with Denver. Denver likes the blitz. Denver will leave corners in vulnerable positions. Denver will blitz and play zone. And they're aggressive. Even though they got a front four that can get after the quarterback, I think they blitz and do a little bit of that stuff a little too much, in my opinion. And when you're your normal aggressive selves, as in the Denver defense, I think that's scary against Green Bay. So I'm interested to see their approach, maybe if they change the way they play. Because Green Bay, when you blitz, they usually find a way to block everybody up, and they can protect. And then we know what they want to do when they block everybody up. They're going to throw the ball down the field. And they're a different offense with Jaden Reed on the football field. Jaden Reed's their Amon-Ra St. Brown. He does all the intermediate stuff, middle of the field. Speed sweeps is a big part of his game that adds to the Packers' running game. And now you got Christian Watson who can just run deep, right? And you got Bo Melton who can do a little bit of everything. The tight ends are coming along. And then I just don't know if I have faith in Denver's offense, as we know, to consistently move the ball on the Green Bay defense, right? So I just look at it right now. I think Green Bay's feeling it a little bit. I think they match up well with the Denver Broncos. I think they have real balance on their offense. They can run it pretty good, and I think they can throw it really good. I'm going to take the Packers pulling away late, 28-17.
So you have the Packers covering the spread. Look, I went back and forth on this one. The Broncos, we talked earlier about how the Patriots will feel disrespected. The Broncos equally disrespected at home, tough place to play, at altitude. But the Packers have really snapped out of it. And you're right about Jaden Reed. And Jordan Love is now number 3 on the list of favorites for the MVP, and they see an opportunity to be the number 1 seed. You know, it's all about peaking at the right time, and they are moving in that direction. They had those 2 sluggish home games against the Panthers and then the Eagles, where they scored a total of 20 points. Since then, they've figured it out. They're scoring points. Jordan Love is playing better. 24-23 Packers. So I'm going to give the Broncos the cover, and it may come down to a late field goal or something like that with Brandon McManus, who wasn't he the Broncos kicker at one point? He gets to go back there and kick one of those long-ass field goals at altitude. I think he was. It's hard to keep track of where
I'm pretty
kickers
sure.
have all been. I think he was the Broncos, then the Jaguars, then the Commanders for a very brief period of time, and then the Green Bay Packers. Okay, 24-23 for me. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.